Hello everyone, my name is William and I'm 11 years old. And today I'm going to talk about wheel and axle. First we're going to identify what does wheel and axle means. Well, wheel and axle is a wheel that is attached to a central rod called the axles. So do you know what is some example about wheel and axle? For example, like the wheels. And this is the wheel and axles. This is a wheel and here is an axle, which is a kind of like a stick, a silver stick that is attached to the wheel. What this we call it is the wheel and axles. Well, wheel and axle is actually simple machines that it could help us in every days of our life. Well, do you think of what machines that it use the wheel and axles? Well, that's right, it is the car or the motorbike. The car actually has its four wheels, making it as a wheel and axle in each wheel that it was connected to other wheels by using a axles. While also motorbike have a wheel that is actually attached to a central rod. It's called the axle, but it is too small that we think there's no axle in it. Well, here's an example for a wheel and axle. Next, a ferry wheel is also uses wheel and axle for children to play. This is actually an axle, but it is small, and this is a wheel, and it is huge. While a ferry wheel, it is also a machine that it has been used by the wheel and axle. So you can see that wheel and axle have been in our life, every day of our life. The merry-go-round is also an example for wheel and axle. But this wheel and axle is actually, it's not like straight like other, but it is kind of like here. This is the wheel, but it is not straight. And here is the axle that it was actually straight down to the ground. So this is also a kind of wheel and axle, but it is not straight. It is actually curved like this. Do you know that our doorknob also a kind of wheel and axle? Well, that's right. Here's the wheel and here's the axle. When you open the door, you need to get on the wheels because it will be very easy to use a wheel. But when you're using an axle, it's still an amount of work, but it is much more harder. So the wheel and axle also makes it easier to move things. Here it's also like an example for the car. It's also move things such as like our peoples. When we're sitting on cars, the car's actually moving things. It is our. So today we learn about wheel and axle, and it is simple machines that have a wheel and attach it to a center rod. It's called the axle. Do you know more about wheel and axle? Please tell me. Thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.